This is question number 4 for calculus review. We want to use a table of values to estimate the value of the limit, and if you have a graphing device, use it to confirm your result graphically. This is the limit as x approaches 0 of the square root of x plus 25 minus 5, all divided by x. So the values that we are going to use for this, it's going to be 1, 1, 0.1, and 0.01. So if you put 1 into our function, we are going to get 0.09909195. If you put 0.1 in, we are going to get 0.0999. If we put 0.01 in, we get 0.0, and we have 9999. So we could say that approximation going on. Likewise, if we put -1, -0.1, and -0.01 in. For -1, we get 0.10102. If we put -0.1 in, that's 0.1001. If we put -0.01 in, we get 0.10001. And we could see that approximation going on. But just so we could see it more visually, here's a graph. We could type in our function and see what is going on with that. Let me just put that in on here so we could see it. Square root of x plus 25 minus 5, all divided by x. As you can see, here's our graph. Since we are looking at this as x approaches 0, let me zoom in on this. And we could just drag this point here along. And we could see what's going on. It looks like a straight line, but, pretty, the values do change a little bit, which is why we have that little bit of variety. But as we get closer and closer and closer to 0, we could see that this does indeed approximate it to be 0.1, which is indeed what we see based on our table of values. So let's write that definitively. The limit as x approaches 0 of this function, the square root of x plus 25 minus 5, all divided by x. This, as we can see, would be equal to 0.1 as our limit. Thank you.